Hey. Mic check. Check. All right. We're here. We're back. Everything looking good. We're looking good. Welcome back, everybody. On this glorious Cinco de Mayo. Go. We're back at it again. Red M, Sin County. Holly's Ranch. Looks like I got a fellow rancher here with me. About to chat him up real quick. But before I do that, just want to thank Mr. Mazar. You hit me with a double follow. Thank you for that. And hope to see you soon. We got something to talk about in regards to your case. I know you know what I'm talking about. We'll get that progressed a bit further today. But in the meantime, I do have to jump into this the situation here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop looking at myself for a quick second and focus on what's going on here. Yo, buenas tardes, señor. Hit him with a hard RP. How's it go?
Oh, not too bad yourself.
Not too bad on my end either. Cinco de Mayo. I'm getting my drink on. Got my cerveza.
Very nice.
What's your name, by the way?
Randy, sir. What's yours?
Yeah, I'm Emiliano. Don't think we met before, but pleasure's mine.
How long have you been working at the ranch for?
Holy shit, that's a good question. I've been here just about a month now. Fresh,
oh, nice.
fresh in county. How about yourself? What's up, Mazar?
Kind of fresh in county for about 3
You're back.
weeks or so. I just got hired like 2 days ago.
Right, yeah, this is some good people here. You made the right choice in joining the crew here. Yeah, I was just
that's good
talking about how we're gonna progress your storyline.
Hide out and start some alcohol for him.
Absolutely, yeah. That Seamus, that he's a drunkard. Yeah, man, I'm back. The weekend was crazy. It was Cinco de Mayo weekend. People are still drinking. Hey, you made a ticket? Great. So I was actually looking at your case because it does ask me for your CFX ID. And what did you put in for why do you believe the ban was issued? And I can help you with these questions because you already told me a good amount as to what happened. So yeah, these questions are pretty solid. You just have to have a solid, transparent explanation to them. And that's usually what they like. They like to see a thorough response, you know, nothing short. Like, for instance, why do you believe the ban was issued? If you say something like, oh, because I killed Blue, yeah, that's true. But they want to know your understanding of it. So go a little bit more in depth to it as to why. Maybe you can say something like, there was a misunderstanding. I went ahead and committed a crime in my role play, and perhaps the receiving player, which happened to be the owner, Blue, did not see that as a role play, and he thought I was doing it out of grief. Yeah, fuck. They're savvy to that, huh? Did you use AI? Which isn't a bad thing, but did you use AI to type that? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know. So, because I know they use it a lot. I know Blue uses AI a lot, so he probably has that eye, and so does his crew. And then it's kind of hard for them to fathom that anybody that types pretty good or is able to concoct up a rational explanation as to why they were banned or answer any of these questions in depth. They might consider that AI, because I've gone through that myself. Actually, I'm pretty long-winded and even longer when I type because I don't have to breathe. So I get accused of using AI a lot, which I do use it. I'm not gonna deny that. Yes. That's crazy. You got the validation from AI. That's something new. So what did you type this time? Why do you believe that ban was issued? I'm just gonna go over here and milk some cows. Do something while I'm chatting here. You made mistakes in the text too? You made the ticket? Yeah, but I didn't make the ticket yet, but I want to make it. I don't know if they will believe me or not. Well, let's see. Copy paste that into the chat. I want to see what you wrote or what you typed. I'll let you know if it looks like a bunch of AI work. Yeah, what these people want to see is that you understand your mistakes and perhaps you had some time to reflect on what could have possibly gone wrong, is what I gathered from some of those questions. Like some real self-reflection, not just like what's on the surface level. Yeah, because anybody can state that yeah, you killed the owner of the server. Big whoop, you know? Yeah, perhaps it seems like there was some kind of misunderstanding. I'm guessing they probably think you were just griefing. They don't know the in-depth story, like what you told me the other day regarding your trust with your buddy. Wait, that's for the first question. That's for the first question. Why do you believe the ban was issued? Because there's three questions. One of them is, why do you believe the ban was issued? The second one is, what would you do in our server? Please please be detailed. Tell us what you do if we unbanned you. And then appeal statement. Why should you be unbanned? So those three questions there. An apology is good. They didn't ask that to me. Really? What did they ask? Because I'm looking at the ban appeal here, and it's asking for your CFX name, and it has those 3 questions. So you're probably like up the ladder already of the on the appeal ban here. Then I'm assuming, because what I'm looking at might be the first step. I've never done this, so I'm not too sure how they would go about sorting out what's real and what's not in regards to who's actually wanting to be unbanned. Oh shit. So yeah, it sounds like he's upset. Yeah, I would say, have you responded to that message? So the last message, yes, you said it. I didn't know it was you. Right. Yeah, yeah. So I would make sure you say exactly what you told me the other day. You tell them that, so you already told him you apologize and you feel bad. And you hope he forgives you. And he gives you a second chance and you're really sorry. You already said that. Okay. So that's a good entryway. And then I would follow that with something along the lines of, I was under the impression from a trustworthy friend, because you did consider him a friend at the time. I was under the impression from a trustworthy friend that we were RPing a hit on somebody who they, for whatever reason, wanted dead. And so I, as a good friend, wanted to please them and attempted to hire a hitman, and that didn't go well. So I went to plan B and did it myself. I thought it was a good RP at the time, but now reflecting on that, may seem that it was not the wisest of choices that I had made. So maybe something along those lines. Definitely state that you're taking accountability for your actions, and at the same time knowing that you yourself were manipulated throughout the process, and you're not a victim, because at any time you could have said no, fuck you. Can I say that, like, I will go clear now because who told me to kill you? My friend, he hired the gun. I didn't. He told me to kill you and he said it will be RP. So I did that and I got banned. And he didn't got banned. Yeah, you can definitely relay something like that. Just let it be known that you were trying to help out your friend who you thought at the time was RPing a hit. You didn't know who you were hitting. You didn't know why he wanted this person to be hit. You just wanted to please your friend. And as a good friend does, you follow through. You follow through with your word and you ride for your friends. So now looking back on that, you realize that was not the wisest of choices. Maybe next time, like, do a little bit more research before you like dive head in first. Yeah, I hear you, man. I've been there. I'm that type too, where if I say I'm down for somebody and they're in trouble and they need my help, I'm riding hard. But now as I'm older, I realize that sometimes there's more than one side to a story, and perhaps my friend is not in the right mind, so I really have to like assess what their thoughts and their feelings are before I take any action. And that's okay, you know, we're all human. We do things like that, you know, especially being a young man. I don't know how it is for women, but me, I was a young man at one point, and some of these feelings they like rage inside of you, and you just want to act on them. There's not much thought process. You just go. You're ready to go, and I know what that's like, and not may not be the best of action, may not be the best course of action, but hey, we're human and we all make mistakes. It just takes us some time to reflect on what we've done, you know, and that way we don't make the same mistake again. But yeah, just let him know that. Let him know that you trusted your friend and you were willing to ride for your friend when he asked for your help. And looking back now, you should have maybe questioned him a bit more in regards to why he wanted this person killed. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure he would understand as long as you relay that you trusted your friend and you really wanted to please your friend, and at the core of it, you were trying to help your friend out. It just sucks that you were manipulated. You know, I got a really good friend right now who's going through something similar too, and it sucks. She's like so devoted to this one person, and you know, he he like treats her like shit. You know, he like leads her on and like gives her little breadcrumbs, but when she really needs him, he's nowhere to be found. And that's a fucking shitty situation. But, you know, she's a good person, and good people usually get taken advantage of. And I know this because like I'm not the best person, but I've been in certain moods where I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna give you the benefit. You know, you seem like a good people. I'm gonna do my best, help you progress, and we'll both thrive. Only to find out later that they were just using me. I'm just a fucking pawn, easily replaced, right? Or so they think, until they find out that, you know, I was actually worth something more than what they thought. But that's something, a whole nother layer of something else. It's kind of like, that's the story in the clip. It was clear that he heard the gun. I didn't. Yeah, it's just a shame that clip expired. That would have been good evidence. That would have been great evidence. Um, so the clip expired, but what about the actual VOD? Because those tend to stay around a little longer. And if you do use AI, just make sure you tell them like, hey, I did use AI. I did use AI to help me out, polish my message, but in no way, shape, or form did I have AI alter my feelings or anything of the sort. Like I just made sure my typos were cleaned up and my grammar was okay. That way, if they think the AI wrote it, at least you're being honest about being or using AI. Yeah, I would definitely be honest and transparent about it, and you know, just Yeah, for sure. Yeah, tell them. Like I said, just like say that you use it to clean up your grammar. That way they can easily read what you're trying to portray to them. Because I know how hard that is too when we as people have different formats that we communicate in, you know, different languages, different ways of like speaking the same language at times. You know, there's slang exists, and in certain areas of the country, I don't know what part of the world you're from, but like heck, if I start listening to somebody from deep in the South talking about like I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'm gonna do like fucking Gambit from X-Men, like I'm not gonna understand diddly shit of what he's saying. Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, that would be a good option if you're like really wanting to get this account back. But I would tread lightly on that because you know blood is thicker than water, so he's gonna end up siding with his brother regardless. But if you would like state your case clearly and honestly, I think it would definitely do you good to ask help from him. Yeah. Yeah, there's nobody here at the ranch, but who the fuck? Coffin? I'm gonna go into town and see what I can find. Oh, and I forgot I don't have my horse. Damn, I need to talk to my friend. He's supposed to be training my horse. So besides that, what else you got going on, Mr. Mazar? You do any other gaming besides Red Dead? Like I love this game. Like this is definitely my favorite game of all time. Like the story mode alone is it's a fucking masterpiece. Like there's no other game that I've ever played that's quite like Red Dead. And then the both of them together for the first Red Dead and Red Dead 2, like fuck, like there's nothing better. Like GTA is good. Don't get me wrong with that. Like I love GTA, but the story, the character development, it's definitely miles ahead of whatever else is out there. But right now I just started streaming this year, and I figured, hey, why not play the game that I'd love to play? So this is it. Ah, I see. Yeah, Red Dead is just, I like the pacing of it. It's a little slower, you know. GTA is fun, or was fun for me at least. I didn't quite get into the online scene too much, but I kind of skipped that chapter. But I know a lot of people had fun with that, and that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's where the role playing started. I want to say it started there, but I may be wrong. Maybe there was other games that had done that before, but for sure I know that's where it got popular. That's the first time I started seeing role play clips from was from GTA. But yeah, so right now I'm just playing this game, and I was actually so superficially what I was doing was trying to get in tune with the mouse and the keyboard and hopes that it would help my aim out. And then that way, when I transfer over to GTA, I'd have a pretty sick crack shot. Oh, you play GTA? GTA 5, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, I played it when it first came out. I actually played all of them. I've played all the GTAs. Like, I grew up with that. Like, I'm at that age now where, like, one of my earliest games that I played was the first GTA. Fuck, I can't believe it's been that long. And then, as I think I may have been 9 or 10, I played GTA 3, and then Vice City came out right after that, and then San Andreas came out, and I was just must have been like 12 or something when San Andreas came out, and I remember just being so excited to go to the GameStop, and they sold it to me. They sold me the game. I'm 37 right now. Yeah, so they sold me the game at GameStop, and I was just like, yes, you guys are the fucking best. Because it did have a R rating or M rating, had a mature rating, and you had to be 17 to be able to buy games like that. But back then, they really didn't check that much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really work hard on like making sure I don't put any filth into my body. That way I hopefully one day live long enough to replace all my body parts. You know, cyberpunk style. And this world is really empty. I'm in the second world and there's nobody here. I just saw somebody run by on their horse, but they're not gonna stop. Yeah, it's really important what you put in your body, because if you're gonna put trash in your body, be prepared to look like trash in like 5-year, 10-year time. So I try and eat quality. Yeah, we'll see how long I make it, you know. Any day could be my day. Fucking a lot of people out here road raging, and sometimes like I end up in some pretty shady spots of the city. I live in Los Angeles. So, and I drive a lot. So, sometimes I end up in some pretty shady spots, and I always have to have my head on a swivel because, you know, I don't know what some of these people are going through. You know, heck, they might be fucking coked out of their mind, or not even coke. It's probably like some shady crack rock, fucking brewed up in some back house toilet or something. And they're out here fucking on one, just looking to come up. Is it 312? Yeah, it is 312. It is 312. Yeah. Yeah, so you know, tomorrow's not promised for anybody, really. Doesn't matter if you live the safest of lives, anything can happen. Like a fucking plane can crash and smash you to bits. You know, but I try and sway the stats my way just by doing my part, you know, eating clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I exercise regularly. You're 18. When I was 16, I jumped my bike from a little bump. It was fun. You jumped your... Yeah, that's always a good time. You catch some good air. I think at that age, I was also on a bike at 16. A year later, I got a car, or almost a year later, I got a car. Only because I got hit by a car. You didn't follow. Did you land it? Yeah, I got hit by a car when I was riding my bike. Sweet. That's always such a good feeling. Living on the edge. Oh, I got somebody here. They're probably going to run away from me. She kind of glitching though. Looks like a couple. Do I got any water? Yeah, I think so. They're calling their horse, but their horse isn't showing up. Oh, there it is. Oh. Huh? Well, there they go. Yeah, I think those are the people I saw earlier. They look like they're in some kind of posse. They're both wearing pink. Riz someone up. Let's see a Riz. I will as soon as they like roll up on me. It's lonely out here. Yeah. But also my Riz game is kind of weak. You know, I get no bitches. Only problems. Yeah, when I was 16, I was riding a bike from the White Knights. Who are the White Knights? I'll make some more water here. That's not how you do that. Food, run. Oh no, that's not it. Survival. Craft. Let me get 12. What the fuck? The White Knights? Sounds like the cock blocks. That's what they sound like. Like, even if you're just being cool, they still do that? Oh shit. Oh, I messed that one up. What? Okay, I'll give it a try. I mean, I've had a pretty good experience so far, like with when I'm interacting with people. I haven't had such a hard time. But sometimes they'll try and like look up on me, like the law enforcement, especially when I'm running through the city. Or this one time I got hit by a train and I like confronted the owner of the trains or whatever the fuck he is. Yeah, they're funny, but like I just had to match their energy. One time, like some random dude rolled through and started shooting everybody. He actually shot me once, didn't kill me, and he kept running. And the law went after him, and I like pulled my gun out, and like I was just walking on the street with my gun out, and one of the law guys was like, "Oh, put your gun away. You got 2 seconds." What the hell am I gonna do in I can't even like breathe in 2 seconds, let alone like fiddle with my keyboard and put my shit away. Like I didn't have it. Let me show you. I had it out like. So I had it. I didn't have it like that. I had it I had it like that. So I had it on the side like that. I wasn't aiming it or anything. Just for talking. The law lady. Yeah, the law ladies are funny. But anyway, he like lassoed me. Yeah, I just had it on the side, so I wasn't like aiming it or anything. He like, you got 2 seconds, and then he like lassoed me. He's like, all right, I'm arresting you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is bullshit. Like, you guys let me get shot by some random hooligan. You can't even do your damn job, and now you're arresting an innocent man. And he didn't know what to say after that. And I was making a good old scene. Damn. Yeah, sometimes it's like that, you know? Like maybe they don't like the sound of your voice, or maybe they don't like the way you talk, or maybe you said something weird that they don't think is funny. Like they'll jump on your case. I'm telling you, the other day I had posted something on the Sin County, I think it was the media page or the bloopers page. And to me, it was funny. Not quite like deserving of being on the media page in my perspective. It was your voice. I'm interested to hear your voice now. Like if it's something like high pitched and you're over here talking shit, then I could see why she would probably hate you. But other than that, I don't know. I have a pretty big tolerance to voices. The only thing I guess I can't tolerate when it comes to people's voices is when they're like fake. They fake like being something. Yeah, you like beating a metal tray with a spoon. Some would call that music. I think they call it the Wigga accent. I don't know if you know what that is. It's basically white people trying to act black. So when people do that, it's so fucking annoying. Like that is one of the most annoying things in my life. I don't hear like if it's genuine, I can tell. But if you're faking it just because yeah, I probably wouldn't have a good time in there then. Yeah, the Wigga fucking accent it fucking drives me nuts. Also, like the English accent, if you like try and do an English accent and you're not good at it, it's fucking annoying. What else? What other accent is annoying? I guess if you like forcing it and you could, and if I can tell it's being forced, then it's annoying. Like, I get it. Maybe you want to practice it, but come on. I think the Wigga thing is a little bit more than just like annoying. It's like not stolen valor, but like faking the funk for sure. Faking the funk, like wanting to fit in into a group that hell may already accept you for who you are. You don't need to change the person you are just to try and fit in, you know? I guess that's my thing, is wanting to fit in and like faking who you are. That's a big thing for me. Like I'm a person of acceptance. If this is who you are, this is who you are. You know, I'm not gonna try and change you or, you know, tell you to do things this way or that way. But if you ask for advice, like I'm more than happy to help. But I'm not gonna push my agenda and my lifestyle on anybody. But yeah, you don't fit in, then you don't fit in. That's okay. You know, there's somebody out there for everybody. You know, there's a group who thinks just like you out there in this world. You know, you're not alone. Your dildo in your oh god. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I believe you. I had this lady the other day. I was telling her my backstory to my character. And in my backstory, my that message was declined here in chat a lot of the times. Well, get used to it, bud. You know, we like it raw around these parts. You know, I like real. I did Bendo. Oh god. That is hilarious. You just went for it. You're like, screw it. I'm growing a hard RP on this bitch. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like ride with the vibe. You know, if that's the vibe, that's the vibe. That's called improv. Yeah, I had this one lady here the other day, so I was telling her about my backstory to my character. Hell yeah, just have fun. Yeah, see what happens. Fuck it. It's not like she's actually putting a dildo up your booty hole. So you're good. Like, it may be a little gay, but hey, that's not for me to judge. Yeah, I had this one lady in here. I had told her about how like my character was incarcerated because I slept with the president's daughter, and the president had sent me out to hang. And I was like, yeah, the president I diddled the president's daughter, and he sent me to the gallows. And she's like, oh, can you diddle me? In her fucking British accent or Scottish, I forget. And I was like, what? It kind of caught me off guard. And I was like, okay, well, I would definitely diddle you. How do you do with short and spicy? And at that point, I think she like kind of got, I kind of confused her a little bit. Cause she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, how big are you? She was asking. I'm like, well, it's short, but it's mighty. She's like, oh, I think I'll pass. And I was like, damn. She got no love for the short king. But I thought that was a funny little interaction. Just seeing how far people would take it. Yeah, she's like, I'll pass. I was like, you sure? And then I heard this one law lady who is like, it looked like she was doing the little barf animation, but the way she was doing it in front of me. I think she was trying to make it look like I was disgusting or something. I don't know exactly her intentions, but from my perspective, it looked like she was giving me head. And I was like, oh, that feels nice. Don't stop. And she like ended up lassoing me and like saying I was being a pervert. I'm like, but you're the one that initiated it. You were the one over here bending over in front of me and spewing all kind. Yeah, I told her. Like I was RPing the shit out of that, and for some reason, I think she thought that I was gonna like get upset because she was she was technically barfing on me, but I made it like I twisted it to where it looked like she was giving me a head. Yeah, she totally did it, you know. And I was like, we were actually across from the sheriff's office, and there was a group of lawmen out there, and I was like, your partners are gonna think naughty of you. You're over here giving a random stranger a head. Like, then that just made things worse up for me, and she ended up arresting me, and well, not arresting. She detained me, and then the lawman walked over, and I like explained to them like, hey, I was just here, and she started give me some oral indulgence, and who am I to deny that pleasure? They like took my side. So yeah, it just goes to show like you can RP your way out of the like most problems in this server. You just gotta like not take it too serious and have fun with it. You know, if you can make people laugh, I think you're the one that said that the other day. Like if you can make people laugh, they usually are pretty cool with you. So yeah, that definitely works. She may have not been so happy because I made her look like a whore, but hey, you know, that's part of the RP game. Shoot, did I? Damn. I want to so bad. I actually got to get ready for work, but my longer streams are on Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you want to check me out there, then like definitely tune in. Tomorrow I got another day off. Got a lot of work. Usually all the shit that piles up on Monday. But Wednesday, Thursdays are my days off, and I usually have a bit more time to fuck around. Yeah, I want to go into World 1 and fuck around with people. Yeah, they were really cool. They were being cool about it. You know, they were having a good time too. And everybody likes a good laugh. Yeah, on that note, I'm gonna get going. This is a popular server, so I don't know if I'll even get a chance to hop into World 1 at any point. You keep me updated on what's going on with that ticket too. Just remember, stay transparent, say with your chest. You already apologized. You don't have to apologize again if you don't want to, or if you want to, go for it. But let them know exactly the little details about like how you trusted your friend, how you were RPing, and you thought it was a good RP, and you should have maybe asked more questions. You were doing your part. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm really really invested now in your case here. I want to see how that plays out. All right, my friend. And thank you everybody on TikTok. Thank you everybody on YouTube for checking out my stream here. I'll be back in the near future. Make sure you tell everybody about the situation here. You guys want a good spot to like unwind and chat about nonsense, or hell, even something important that's weighing heavily on your mind, you let me know. I got your back. You know, we got a good community here of people who go through bullshit too all the time, and you're not alone. And on that note, have a good Monday. Happy Cinco de Mayo for everybody out in the world today, out in the future, tomorrow. You be well. And I'll see y'all soon if I don't get hit by a plane.